Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at the early intel, the sources, on Predator, Badlands. It's set for November 7th, 2025.
Yeah, and this isn't just another sequel, is it?
No, not at all. The buzz is that director Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey.
Which really revitalized things.
Exactly. He seems to be aiming for something, well, fundamentally different for the Predator franchise this time. So our mission today is kind of unpack the big changes, these structural shifts everyone's talking about.
Okay.
And let's just start with the biggest one. The Predator, the Yacha. He's the protagonist.
That really is the fascinating core of it, isn't it? The whole creative approach seems to be about deliberately leaving that standard formula behind.
The humans getting hunted formula.
Right. Totally gone, based on what we're seeing. The script apparently takes us way, way into the future.
And off-world, too.
Yeah, landing on some remote alien planet. The notes mention names like Kalisk, or maybe Jenna.
Okay, but hang on. Doesn't that risk losing what makes Predator? Well, Predator. That sense of primal fear.
That's a fair question.
If the Yacha is suddenly relatable, where's the horror?
I think that's the key point. By removing the human element entirely.
Which is huge.
Huge. Trachtenberg's basically forcing the emotional core to shift. The conflict, the drama, it has to come from within the Yacha world itself now.
Ah, okay. So internal politics, maybe.
Exactly. Which is why the story centers on this character, Dek. He's a young Yacha warrior.
Right, Dek.
And he's been cast out by his own clan. So right there, you see the shift. It's not survival horror anymore.
It's more like an internal drama, a character study.
Sort of, yeah. A quest for redemption, maybe. Dek, played by Demetrius Schuster-Kalamatangi, is seen as weak.
So he had something to prove.
Through some dangerous hunt, a ritualistic one, perhaps. But the sources stress it's less about the kill count.
And more about?
More about themes like honor, identity, exile, stuff we haven't really seen explored from the hunter's perspective before.
So deeper themes. And you mentioned clan politics.
Yeah, he's apparently dealing with that too. Not just external threats on this planet, but challenges from within his own clan. Even his own father, reportedly.
Making the hunter hunted by his own kind, that does raise the stakes.
Definitely.
He doesn't face all this alone, right? There's talk of Elle Fanning's character, Thea.
Right, Thea. And this is another interesting layer. She's described as a legless synthetic android.
An android. Okay, that's unexpected.
And it seems to be a deliberate link back to the bigger universe, specifically Weyland-Yutani, Weyu.
Ah, the ubiquitous evil corporation. Always lurking.
Pretty much. So Thea might be like a tactical advisor, or maybe some kind of necessary guide for Dek in his exile. It's his mix of machine logic and ancient warrior codes.
And isn't there something about Fanning playing two roles?
That's what the report suggests, yeah. A twin synthetic named Tessa.
Okay, so what's the deal there? A backup. A rival.
It adds another layer of mystery, doesn't it? Is Tessa a foil? Does it symbolize something about the Yacha's relationship with technology, maybe their distrust? It really deepens things.
Definitely moves beyond just a creature feature.
And speaking of depth, the world building sounds ambitious. We're not just talking characters. There are reports of a whole new Yacha language being created for the film.
Like fully constructed?
Apparently so. Maybe based on ancient languages like Mayan or Aztec, possibly, to give it that cultural weight.
Wow. That plus the focus on practical effects.
Right. It all signals a move away from just, a monster flick towards something more like complex mythology.
So, stepping back, what's the bigger picture here for sci-fi? Turning the monster into the hero. That's a pretty big gamble.
It's huge. But it seems the goal is to make the franchise feel deeper, more emotional, maybe even a bit introspective.
And what does that say about the industry, taking this kind of risk with a known IP?
Well, it feels like part of a trend, maybe? A push towards more high-concept sci-fi, even within established franchises. And the fact they're pushing this for a big IMAX release.
Signals confidence?
Yeah.
They see it as an event movie?
Exactly. It shows studios might still be willing to innovate, to really build out these worlds instead of just repeating the same formula.
So quite a departure. Ambition, risk, flipping the whole structure on its head, a totally new way of looking at the Predator.
It really is, which leads to a pretty interesting thought, doesn't it?
Go on.
Well, if a character we've always seen as this terrifying, almost unknowable monster can be reframed like this.
As a flawed hero seeking honor?
Yeah, then who else? What other classic movie villains might be ready for their own deep, maybe even mythic, introspective journey? Something for you to think about while you wait for November.